So when we worry about tomorrow, it is only taking away opportunities of enjoying the day that you're in. Okay, so I just spoke about Matthew 6 verses 33, and the scripture below that one, Matthew 6 verses 34, it says, take therefore no thought for tomorrow, for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the days is the evil thereof. So I wrote down a few things based on Matthew 6 verses 34. Instead of worrying about tomorrow, let us remember to focus on today. Worrying about a day you're not in is only taking away opportunities of enjoying the day that you are in. So basically in the Bible, it talks about us worrying about tomorrow. It is easier said than done, but practicing and being, instead of worrying about tomorrow, let us try and focus on today, the present day ahead. We worry about tomorrow, or we worry about any days ahead that is coming up, it only taking away the opportunity to join the day that you're in. So in the Bible, it talks about not worrying for tomorrow, right? And it is easier said than done, but with practice, being mindful, we can only get better. So while we practice on how not to worry, it only gets better from there, because worrying is something that we all do. It's a common thing for humans to do. But when we recognize that God allows us to remember that we do not have to worry for tomorrow, we do not have to worry at all. It is something that we should try to practice. But practicing and being mindful is our first step towards getting better. So what I wrote down here from that scripture was that each day has its own trouble and trials, and we need to learn how to focus on God in a day at a time, because worrying about other days ahead is only probably going to cause anxiety and stress. And that is what the devil wants. That is exactly what the devil wants. Let's not only say and read the scripture, but let's try our best to practice them, in real life. I know a lot of people practice the scriptures and they try their best to read scriptures and also apply it to their lives. So I know it's something, as I said, we can cite these things all day. We can read it in the Bible all day. But if we're not doing them, are we benefiting from the scripture? Like, are we benefiting from what God says? Because God says A, but we might do B. And some days, we may stress, we may worry. But as I said, it's all about practicing, being mindful of, when you see yourself stumbling or you see yourself worrying, you can always look back to what God says. Because when we look back to what God says, it helps. It really does. We know that it's easier said than done, but in Matthew, but with men, these things are impossible. But with God, all things, not some things, not half of things, but all things are possible with God, all things. And that is located in Matthew 19 verses 26. We know that all things are impossible. With men, all things are impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So we don't have to worry, nor we have to stress to try to do it on our own. But we can understand that God is God and He will work it out. And once we have God, we have everything. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.